understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. I actually think $20 is a lot of money. $20, believe it or not, when my late wife, Melinda P. Sapp, was alive, was a good date. I could take her to the movies, buy a box of popcorn, get 1 soda, 2 straws. I wasn't cheap, that's swag. I was looking in her eyes, she's looking in mine. Can't do that no more. Now, everyone up here, we've all sold and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. I got you. See? So put your 20 away, preachers.
I was sweating like I don't know what.
That 20 wasn't for you. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm gonna have y'all come to the altar and give it, because I need to see 1,000 people moving. Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on take your phone and stick it on the bucket.
We'll just get a whole stack, bro. I thought the rule was 10%.
Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk.
So this pastor, this is Marvin Sapp. A lot of you know about him. He locked his congregation in until they gave enough to get to $40,000. Now, what you might think is, I'm thinking about the first thing that I thought. I didn't even really think about the ridiculousness of this. The first thing I thought was fire hazard. Really? That was the first thing that I thought, right? Fire hazard, right? Because I'm sure it's against the law to be locking the main doors. That's why you will have people posted at those doors for the length of time that you are in your service and things of that nature. And of course you got fire exits, blah, 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 blah. Now, I do believe in tithing when I used to go to church on a semi-regular basis. And you know why? Because I've seen it works. I really believe that you give your 10%. I believe tithing works. And I mean, who knows? Because he said giving is worship. And I might even believe that, because we live in a capitalist society. In every fiber of everything pretty much that we do in this society has some type of cost attached to it. So you giving up your money that you done went out to work for. Most people have jobs, not careers, not entrepreneurs and things of that nature. Overwhelmingly, most people had jobs. Most people have jobs, and you go out and work. You got a manager you don't like. You got another boss that you don't like. This, that, and the other. You really don't like the job, but you do it because your energy company is not gonna accept. I ain't feel like going to work that week. Your energy company ain't gonna accept that. They're gonna be like, do on A, and you got to do it. So we do understand that. So when he say giving is worship, and giving in any type of way, giving your money and giving your time, those are the two biggest ways of giving. And you know what? Giving money, in my opinion, is way easier than giving your time. That's just my life. That's just the way I live it. Now, I'll pay for it, as opposed to taking the time and wasting the gas to go get it in certain situations. But out where I live, and I live in the sticks, I don't know if I'm paying for no deliveries unless it's for something from Amazon or Walmart.com, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I digress. So I do believe giving is worship, but you're pretty much committing a crime when you're locking these people inside of this church and trying to amass $40,000. And I don't know. I really don't know if this is the case. I can only speak from my perspective. $20, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. Right? If I was a member of this church, $20, yeah, whatever. I'm not a member of this church. I ain't giving no $20. For what? For what? Because your 10%, dang, if I have to add up 10% of my income, of course it'll be, and he's doing this on top of the regular tithing that they do, on top of the building fund, on top of the benevolent offerings and everything that they do, on top of all of that. So the $20 that he's asking for the masses, I'm gonna guess and just say probably most people can give that. But no, his leaders of the church, he said, "No, put that $20 back in your wallet, bruh, sis. Y'all gotta give 100 because it costs to be up here. It costs to be up here." So on the surface, it really sounds like a very worldly thing. And I know that church is in the world, but the church is not of the world. A church is supposed to be above that, but let's not, be phony here. Churches cost. Everything in this society has a price attached to it, right? And so I'm sure, he didn't really say what it was for. Maybe he thinks God put this on his side. You get people to part with their money. That's hard. That's one of the hardest things to do. Because believe me, I worked for a certain company. It was not a collection agency, but I'm not going to say the company name, but you'll probably know what this company is. Let's just say we provided them products, household products, all type of household products, and they had to pay weekly for those products. Now, I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years, right? Went through boot camp. I went through Marine combat training and various other trainings throughout those 4 years. Physically / mentally, obviously that was the hardest thing I'd ever done. in my life up to that point. The hardest thing after that, even harder than Marine Corps, was trying to get money out of poor folks who voluntarily came into this establishment, said, yeah, I want that. Can you deliver that? And then we gonna, weekly, blah, 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 blah. So while on the surface, this just seems totally ridiculous. This is just, my first thought, like I said at the very beginning, was fire hazard. That's just where my mind went. So we're going to see if anything comes of this. I don't think it will. I really don't think it will. Especially, the churches don't pay taxes, but in my opinion, they should. But then if they pay taxes, they'll be fleecing the people even more. But if you give it voluntarily, can we say that it's fleecing people? Being disingenuous? I mean, I really don't have the answer to that. So if you're on Facebook, like this video, share this video, comment on this video. Tell me if you agree or disagree. On Facebook, you go to Mr. 5000. Peace.